That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, Harden out there with Irving. Then there's Harris. Then there's Griffin. And it's KD in at the 4 spot. Griffin's shot is off.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Wants to get it to Irving and does. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Brooklyn with the ball. Taken away by Holiday. To the middle. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Durant in the corner. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And Brooklyn has possession after the basket by Milwaukee. Irving. Off target on the 15-footer.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go. Middleton
the pass to Giannis. Nice defense from KD.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Woo-hoo! Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Holiday against Harden. Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Harden scanning the floor. Outside, KD. Back to Irving. Lets it go from deep. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Green, he's checked in for Brooklyn. For Milwaukee, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of. And then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Harden dishes to Green. Irving with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Harris from the arc. Great positioning on the putback.
This is what pure scorers do. They find ways to create points. KD doing work.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Holiday against Harden. Here's Giannis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
Now here is Harris. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Middleton looking it over. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Pass to Irving. Three-pointer. The three-pointer is right on target.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
Harden kicks to Irving. No good on the triple.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Down low, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
And here's Holiday. Got it off in time. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And earlier we checked in with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who had this to say.
I think the most important lesson that I got is that
All part of the process of achieving greatness.
Yeah, and most guys have had to go through it. MJ, LeBron, leading a team to a championship rarely happens early on.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Bucks in this one?
Playing inside out in that first quarter led to some high percentage shots in the paint.
It is great when you can get that established early, because to me it opens up every other aspect of your game.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Bobby Portis, and it's Forbes in at the 2 spot.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Dinwiddie with it, picked up by Teague. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Back to Brown. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Dinwiddie drives in. Second chance shot, and contact on the shot, so he'll... And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review should...
Oh, goodness! Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Forbes the pass to Teague. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
The wide open look for Durant. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Claxton's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Well, hard blue-collar work ethic on display. This guy just beating everyone to the ball.
Here is Forbes. He's covered by Brown. Back to Forbes. Shakes him. And the layup is good. And the Bucks lead by 2.
You know, that an area where Tucker continues to improve, making the extra pass.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Claxton, no good. Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Lets it go with a three. Offensive rebound. And the pass to Nora. Now T. It's tipped. Pass to Portis. Second shot opportunity. To the paint. A nice shot by Tucker. Tucker's got the lead up to 4 now for the Bucks. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Dinwiddie passes to KD. Banked in off the glass. Durant's got 7.
Man, he is working them over on the inside. I'll tell you this, Kevin Durant every year gets more comfortable with the physicality of defenders. Incredible.
For 3, Middleton. The shot that time, not on target. The Nets go the other way with it. KD drives in. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, Kevin Durant not about to settle for any low percentage shot. My goodness, with authority.
On the wing, Giannis. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. And here's the fast break. Durant leading the way.
Boy, if you allow Kevin Durant to play in space, in transition, you can turn the lights out.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, and here comes Kevin Durant all alone. That gives them the lead. And the Nets lead by 2.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Now, Giannis. And the jump by Giannis.
And that move has become second nature for Giannis. Once he establishes position, game over.
Up in time. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Kevin. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He had 13 points, and that's all for now.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
It felt like his work on the interior really gave this offense a boost. Let's see if he can dominate the rest of the way.
Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris. And it's Harden in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. On the wing, Harris. Over onto Tacumbo. And the shot is long.
Well, terrific defense. They obviously respect his ability and just want to make it tough.
The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Middleton. Clock at 6. Out left to the wing. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Harden finds Irving. Back to Harden. Harden draws the double. Misses from close range. Milwaukee in the lead. There's the lob. And Tacumbo up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
And here's KD for 3. And the Nets miss again. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Green, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. Milwaukee also making some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. P.J. Tucker comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Dante DiVincenzo. Griffin dishes to Irving, and the Nets miss again.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
Here's Tucker. Portis kicks to Connaughton. Irving against Portis. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. Teague is checked in for Drew Holiday. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Bobbed up there for Green. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Teague, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Teague. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Connaughton, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Well, Jeff Teague knows how to get by and find teammates. That's pretty right there.
Here is Harden. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Great look, but off the mark. Portis against Griffin. Left side, Antetokounmpo. Over to the left wing. Here's Tucker. His three-pointers off the mark. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. So Green will go to the line. That's on Jeff Teague. Brooklyn making some changes. Brown comes in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this. You become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Dinwiddie. Lays it up off the glass. And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's been a nail biter.
Now, here's Tucker, guarded by Green. Pass to Teague. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Brown dishes to Dinwiddie. And the 3 off target. The Bucks trail. And Teague, here we go, makes it off the glass.
What an amazing drive to the cup. Teague seizing the lane to the basket. Boy, defense has simply got to be better than that.
Outside Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Teague with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Tucker. They get the rebound. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Griffin against Portis. And Portis throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bucks lead by 1. And fourth. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Brooklyn trailing on the floor for Milwaukee starting the 4th quarter. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Holiday out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Irving kicks to Green. The kick out to Irving. Green breaking loose, and Irving gets it to go on the assist from Green. Irving's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. Giannis passes to Lopez. To the inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. There's the lob to Brown. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And Green is a critical role player for this team. His passing is really phenomenal.
Antetokounmpo finds Lopez. Holiday, the pass to Giannis. 6 on the shot clock. Now the pass to Holiday. That 3 off the mark. The Nets shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Irving passes to Green. Harris outside. Off target with his 3.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Durant. Count the basket and the foul. That's on Brook Lopez.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious. Takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. James Harden comes in for Bruce Brown. Holiday against Harden. Passes it to DiVincenzo. The kick out to Lopez. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Here's DiVincenzo. Milwaukee, no good that time either. And the Nets with possession. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Griffin passes to Irving. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Pass break, Milwaukee. Here's Giannis. That shot off. Great D that time from Durant. Here's Irving. Misses from short range. Bucks trail by 5. Here's Middleton. DiVincenzo finds Lopez. Outside Holiday. The rebound by Harden. And here are the Nets. It's been 8 unanswered points for him. Pass to Durant. On the wing, Harden. Defended by Middleton. Harden gets the bucket.
Boy, what wonderful vision. Kevin Durant with a picture-perfect pass. Woo-hoo!
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Harden with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Outside Griffin. Harden outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 7 now for Brooklyn.
And a staple of Harden's attack. Sometimes it seems he's better finishing through contact on the drive.
Middleton up top, guarded by Harris. He gets that one.
And this is why he gets paid the big bucks. Middleton enjoys coming through in the clutch.
Harden the pass to KD. Harden against DiVincenzo. Count the basket. And the Nets lead by 7.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Middleton against Harris. Middleton can't get it to go. From deep. The rebound by the Bucks.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
The kick out to Irving. Lobbed up there for KD.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Here's Holiday. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's good. And the starting lineups have concluded. So just welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, and it's Jones in at the threesome. And for Brooklyn, we've got Durant. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Griffin, and it's Harris in at the small forward. Now here's Lillard. Dishes to Covington. Back to Lillard. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too. Now, here is Irving. After the miss from Damian Lillard. Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
Well, he's professional in everything that he does. Durant recognizes that opportunity and turns pro.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. And the basket by McCollum.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's KD. Following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Durant kicks to Irving. The dish to Griffin. Nurkic with the block.
At 7 feet tall, Nurkic, not easy to get around. That time throws that one away.
And Jones slams it in.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. And here's KD for three. And it's Portland with the rebound. That's a two from Lillard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And good that time.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Now here's Covington. McCollum outside. He dishes it to Nurkic. Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
Maybe the best ever at earning free throws. I mean, Harden has mastered the art of contact and still being able to get off the shot.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he deserves a lot of credit for what he was able to do at the line last year. 86% from the stripe.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Brownie's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Just another thing Cantor does well on the offensive end, the drive and dunk.
Harden the pass to Dinwiddie. Inside, stolen by Collins. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Simons. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Here's Claxton, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Anthony. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So for the Trailblazers, Hollis Jefferson comes in for Collins. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Brown dishes to Green. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. 46 seconds left to play here in the first. Over in the corner, Green. Clock is at 3. Goes up on the wing. Harden's shot is off. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. And here's Anthony from the arc. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. No good that time. Some solid defense from Brown.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Simons surveying the D. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Portland no good that time either. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 4. Let's take a quick break. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the 2nd round a few years ago.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Harris is out there with Green. Then there's Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Passes it to Green. Good on the shot.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Damian Lillard.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Lillard against Dinwiddie. Green passes to Claxton. No good with the layup. Trailblazers trail by 6. He lobs it up, and it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of
good one, yes.
Reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the 2nd rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league. And there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Bruce Brown. And it's James Harden in for Dinwiddie. Lobbed up there for Collins. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. can't give away possessions like that.
Nets leading by 4. Harden with it. He's picked up by Collins. Outside Griffin. For 3. No good on that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers trail by 4. Collins kicks to Lillard. Here's the 3. That one misses. The Nets go the other way with it. It's Harden with the drive, and the shot goes down. Harden's got 6.
Yeah, just constantly attacking the paint. Harden does not settle.
Lillard way outside. The long-distance 3 is buried.
Sometimes trailing in the game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play. Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
And Brooklyn has possession. Harden outside. Left side, KD. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. He has 7. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And he commits the intentional foul. The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Zach Collins. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
McCollum against Irving. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Covington in the corner. 6 to shoot. Here's Simons. And that one is hammered home.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Outside, KD. Lobs it up for Jordan. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Always going up for the alley-oop here. And Jones slams it home.
I know CJ plays the 2-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
In the corner, it's Harris. Outside, Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
Now that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
And that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They had a 4-point advantage at the and
we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. McCollum against Irving. The pass to Griffin. Nurkic with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard up top. He's covered by Irving. Here's McCollum. Lillard outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Covington with the steal. Stolen by Harden. Here's Durant. And finished off by KD.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right. And that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Poked away. 5 to shoot. Durant with the steal. And that's an intentional foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Brown comes in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And then Griffin with the dunk.
Yeah, check out the hops on Blake Griffin. Just one of those lethal alley-oop threats in the NBA.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Green comes in for Kyrie Irving. The Trailblazers also changing it up. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jones. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Hollis Jefferson can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players reacting. Just, oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Lillard scanning the floor. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And he makes that one.
Yeah, the vision's one thing, but the timing also helps. Lillard prepared to get the ball to his teammate.
And they go to the intentional foul. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And a switch here also for Portland. Simons is checked in. KD on the wing. Yep, it counts.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Now Anthony. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kanter, the pass to Simons. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That's his first foul. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
For three, Durant. The rebound by Simons. Portland leading. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Dinwiddie with the steal. And here's the break. The steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Anthony leading the charge. Hollis Jefferson. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 4 now for Portland.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets are always the result of that extra effort.
Back to Green. Outside Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Will it go? It's deflected.
That's good footwork from the big man as Kanter aware defensively to get to that one.
And here's McCollum. From deep three-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 4. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Harris. Griffin is out there with Green. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Nurkic can't hit. Nets trail by 4. Irving drives in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Irving's got his first 2 points.
Blinding speed there shown by Kyrie Irving on the boost, and when he puts it on the floor like that, he's getting all the way to the rim.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Charity stripe shot, and he comes up with the deuce.
You give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And now Portland on the break. Here's Nurkic. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now a 6-point Portland lead.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It's a good possession all the way around.
Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. We'll love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And Jones has it in the corner. Simons, the pass to McCollum. From outside, off the mark.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And the basket by Harris.
Well, Kyrie Irving being unselfish there, making a nice play for his guys.
Cullen passes to Simons. Pass to Nurkic. And the call. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Irving kicks to Green. The 8-footer. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Lillard with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Pass to Powell. Anthony on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Powell inside. Covered by Irving. Powell, that's good.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Harden finds Griffin. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Must see BG. You can see he stayed ready for that one. A terrific offensive talent.
Now here's Anthony. Passes to Cannon. Lillard outside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Harden with it. And he banks in the layup. Harden's got 4 this quarter.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Laces one from 3.
And he wants the ball at the end of the games. You can see why Lillard's stepping up again to the challenge.
Irving passes to Harden. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And now Portland on the break. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Jones.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
It's Harden with the drive. It's deflected. Lillard outside. From deep. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Yeah, those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of a season, gets more and more consistent with.
And the Nets miss again. Here's Jones. And so it's Portland winning this one. A solid win on the road for them. This building was... David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. On 2K. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Ivica Zubac is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Paul George, and it's Jackson in at the point guard position. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Griffin. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving at the two-guard spot. Now here's Jackson. Out to Ibaka. Jackson down low, defended by Durant, and there's Jackson on the assist from Ibaka. And above the rim play, always captivating, Steve. We should see a lot of that tonight.
And Kevin, I'm so excited. You know, I played under the rim, so to get a chance to watch guys play well above, I am getting my popcorn ready.
Now Leonard, following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. Jackson misses. George against Durant, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
George with the ball. Passes it to Zubac. Back to George. Looking for Ibaka. He gets it there. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
Harden surveying the D, and the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. And the Nets with possession here. 4-point game. Harden gets the bucket.
Great look by Blake Griffin. When your foreman has that ability to pass the basketball, it's a major advantage.
I mean, hard to fathom that Blake Griffin is becoming one of the more prolific three-point shooters among NBA big men.
Greg, it was a shot he barely attempted through his first 6 seasons in the league. Now he's made it a key part of his arsenal.
Here is Harden. Paul George making his last shot. Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Irving. Leonard the pass to Zubac, and the layup's good off the glass.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
Harden kicks to KD. Irving against Jackson. Irving drives in. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
For a guy who is 6'3", Kyrie shows us he has great confidence playing inside.
George passes to Leonard. There's the pass to Zubac. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Can't hit that one.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Jackson following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Jackson down low. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Pass to Zubats. Kicks it out to Leonard. George dishes to Jackson. 5 on the clock. Looking for George. He gets it there. And it's George finishing it off.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
To the paint. Here's Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
The Clippers in the lead. Now Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Ibaka down low. KD's on him. Ibaka in the post. An easy 2 points on the layup.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot them for a very high percentage.
George against Harden. Passes it to Durant. He dishes it to Griffin. Back to Durant. Misses the 3. Clippers leading by 4. Leonard kicks to George. Count it.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Irving against Jackson. For 3, Harris. He can't get that one to fall. And here's George for 3. And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers lead by 6. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Brown. Harris is out there with Green, and it's Claxton in at the center position. And there's the pass to Harris. And he overshot that one, missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Dinwiddie against Beverly. Pass to Morris. 4 on the shot clock. Over Green. Morris, no good. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 6. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Back to Brown. 3-pointer. And Dinwiddie with the basket on the assist by Brown. Dinwiddie's got his first 3 points of the game. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Morris tried to free himself up. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got his first basket.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Lays it up and banks it in.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Beverly. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The drive by Cousins. Out to Morris. Fires the 3. Man passes to Cousins, and Cousins throws it down.
DeMarcus Cousins made sure that one went down. High percentage dunk for DeMarcus.
Pass to Claxton. Brown outside. Here's Green. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Kennard's shot is off. Nets trail by 5.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully, he can stay healthy this go-around. Boy, if you're the coach, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication between your guys.
And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Harris. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Brown. And it's Harden in for Dinwiddie. And then for Los Angeles, Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Morris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
No hesitation at all on the alley-oop. Saw his teammate with a path to the hoop, and bang, lobbed it right up there for him to finish.
And he was ready for it when he elevated and made the catch. Back to Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
Harden finds Irving. Back to Harden. Ball's knocked loose. Rondo with the steal. Outside Batum. Here's Man. Off target from three-point range. Nets trail by 5. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Back to Irving. They kick it out to Green. Dishes it to Irving. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And the rejection by Ibaka.
And that's how you do it. Ibaka still able to surprise people very quick off the floor.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Leonard against KD. Leonard dishes to Ibaka. In deep, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
You see Serge in the painted area, feels the defender, goes on the attack.
Los Angeles shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
The deep three from Harden, and the last second attempt doesn't fall. Okay, David, much appreciated, and now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have a nice 7-point lead. Shaq.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Without question, Serge Ibaka displaying his skills today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Ivica Zubac. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in a shooting guard. Harden outside. Outside, KD. Over Leonard. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Los Angeles leading by 9. To the inside. Jackson kicks to Leonard. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind and the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are two guys that still are very reliable.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Griffin with some nice D. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 9-point game.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
George finds Leonard. Back to George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
On the wing, Harris. Pass to Griffin. On the wing, Harden. Defended by George. It's Harden with the drive, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. High post, Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. And he lobs it up toward the rim, and stolen by Irving. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Connects from 3-point range. And now it's just a 4-point Clipper lead.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
The pass to Morris. Zubac with it. That shot off the mark.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Jackson dishes to Leonard. To the middle. 6 on the shot clock. And the foul on Joe Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Griffin. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. Brownie's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden. Beverly the pass to Cousins. Oh, that's blocked. And it's Cousins with the foul. That's his first foul. And the Clippers making a change here. Morris is checked in. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Outside Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. The kick out to Brown. Tips it up. Great positioning on the putback. Claxton's got it all tied up now for Brooklyn.
Boy, you could see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, the reason is they tied it up, but it took a lot of focus and a lot of energy. We'll see if they can sustain this effort.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And Coach can't like what he's seeing, trying to get them refocused.
It's so easy to get run over when you lose even a little edge. Look for them to come out much more aggressive.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Pass to Kennard. Kicks it to Cousins. To end the drought. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Why does a pump fake work? Because of DeMarcus Cousins' ability to score at all 3 levels. The defender knows he has to close hard to have a chance.
Brooklyn trailing. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. It's to Dinwiddie. Outside, Green. Cousins pulls it in. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Mann. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Los Angeles on top, up by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. They've got Green. He's out there with Brown. And it's Claxton in at the 5, down low. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. Brown kicks to Irving. And that one, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Irving against Rondo. From close range, nice move. And foul on the shot. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. The Clippers also changing it up. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Thank you, David. A 3 from Morris. That one doesn't go. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Lobbed up there for Green.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
Beverly against Dinwiddie. Passes to Cousins. Down low. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Dinwiddie outside. The dish to Griffin. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The pass to Cousins. Looking for Kennard. He gets it in there. Some solid defense there from Irving.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Mann. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
That free throw, no good. Johnson, he's checked in for Jeff Green. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Ibaka comes in for Marcus Morris. George is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving over Jackson. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
When the lights are at its brightest, Kyrie loves coming through.
Pass to George. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Big points. As the stakes rise, so does Georgia's impact on the game.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Paul George.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything. A season that with lots of playoff experience, Jordan remains calm under pressure.
Leonard looking around. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Leonard, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
That's just being out of sync, and at the worst time, costly.
Harden up top, defended by George. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stop.
And this is what great players do. Harden understanding how to deliver in a big moment.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Lobbed up there for Durant.
And that's what he does. KD, a crunch time assassin.
Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Beverly. And no good that time. That's tipped. Zubac the pass to Beverly. And the rejection by Harden. And here comes Harris leading the fast. Hold on!
You got to buckle up on that one. Putting a little creativity into it. Durant usually making it look easy, but not here.
And the Clippers call time here. They're trailing by 6. 43 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Clippers. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
And Leonard has it in the corner. They need this. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
With Kawhi, you love his talent, but just as important, you love the basketball IQ and work ethic.
Griffin's checked in for Brooklyn. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Harden outside. And Harris wide open. He shoots, and it's off from three-point range.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
They have very little time to run a play, and then, of course, they also need to foul.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony. Coming up next. Hi, everyone. Time to get into it. And here are the starters for Brooklyn. Griffin is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. And for the Bucks, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at center. Now here's Durant. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide-open man.
Harden scanning the floor. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Jordan, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. And both free throws good for James Harden.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Outside, Antetokounmpo. The pass to Holiday. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Holiday against Harden. On the wing, Harris. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
Giannis passes to Holiday. Antetokounmpo against KD. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
It definitely has the respect of the locker room. Holiday is someone that players enjoy playing with.
The wide open look for Durant. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Harris against Giannis. Back to Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. Milwaukee, no good that time either. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Outside for Jordan. It's Harden with the drive. Oh, he jams it right over Giannis Antetokounmpo. Wow.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim, but the epic throwdown.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Holiday throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Here's Irving. Lobs it up for Jordan. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there.
Set him up well there. Brook Lopez showing his vision and willingness as a passer.
Nets leading by 3. Harden outside. Pass to KD. Inside. Harris dishes to Jordan. Harris. And staying with the play. Harris.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
Now here's Lopez. Back to Holiday. 6 to shoot. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's nimbleness gets him to the hoop on that one. His athletic ability is off the charts.
Harden kicks to Irving. Harris outside. Back to Irving. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Giannis passes to Middleton. Pass to Lopez. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Portis, he's checked in for the Bucks. Bryn Forbes comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for Brooklyn, Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. Middleton can't get it to go.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Stolen by Holiday. Portis kicks to Antetokounmpo. Drops in the layup for 2.
When he's on the floor, Antetokounmpo makes good things happen inside. I mean, he's got so much size and skill. A lot for the defense to try to contend with.
A good close contest so far. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trying times.
Being able to go through adversity and come out stronger.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
We've got Chris Middleton. Bobby Portis out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Forbes in at the 1 spot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. Whistle blows, if that's going to be a travel. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Here's Middleton. And the Bucks miss again. And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie passes to Brown. Portis with it. Picked up by Brown. And that one's good from Connaughton. Connaughton's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bucks. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
and it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Forbes dishes to Tucker. Antetokounmpo looking over the floor. To the paint. Clock at 4 from past the arc. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now it's a 3-point Bucks lead.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
And that sixth sense, guys, might be better than just about anybody else.
Brown the pass to Claxton. Takes the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Here is Forbes. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Here's Harden. And just miss after miss right now. Bucks leading by 7. Stolen by Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Now, you can't sleep on this guy's finishing ability. He loves getting room to throw it down on you. And he'll put you in a poster if you let him.
1:19 left now here in the second. Here is Forbes. Just 5 to shoot. There's the lob at Antetokounmpo, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Then for the Nets, Kevin Durant's checked in for Griffin. Joe Harris comes in for Bruce Brown, and Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. 55 seconds left to play in the first half. Durant finds Harden. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
I don't know too many guys who have the skill and attacking mentality that Harden does. I mean, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's scoring the basketball.
Holiday, he has 6. Up and in on the layup. Holiday's got 8.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Harden against Holiday. Harden the pass to Harris. Throws it up high. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down.
Well, I tell you what, that's the play we'll remember if they can put together a little surge to break this game open.
Yep, that one goes.
Well, I love how fast Antetokounmpo gets to the basket. One of the most mobile guys in the game.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. And he might not get all the attention, but you talk about smooth scoring. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, Drew Holiday getting it done today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Nets. They've got Griffin. Harris is out there with Durant. Then it's Harden, and it's Irving in at the shooting guard. No one covering.
You know, really good to see Harris playing with that kind of confidence because, you know, these shots will only help him get better.
To the middle. Here's Middleton, and he banks in the layup. Middleton's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
You know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand pull punch.
The drive by Giannis. Oh, that was terrific.
Good. How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Milwaukee leading by 5. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Passes it to Holiday. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. Middleton inside the three-point line. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Harden kicks to Irving. He dishes it to KD. Now the pass to Harden. Oh, Griffin in position. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. And Durant sends it back.
That extraordinary reach combined with good timing makes Durant a real threat as a shot blocker.
Holiday looking over the floor. Lopez dishes to Middleton. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Good work there as it goes.
Knifing through the defense like warm butter on a biscuit. Irving knows how to get to the rim.
Giannis with it. 6 points for him. There's 1:54 left in the third. Pass to Holiday. In the corner, Middleton with it. Just 4 to shoot. Over Harris. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Oh, what a pass. And then he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have messed that up trying for a big slam. Nice work going to the layup.
To the inside. And Middleton the bucket on the assist by Giannis. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Yeah, the length of Antetokounmpo is it's hard to deal with, quite honestly, especially when he's operating in the pick and roll.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Irving passes to Dinwiddie. For the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Now the Bucks moving it up. Portis in the post, guarded by Green. Nice shot by Portis.
How about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Right side, Irving. Dinwiddie outside. Griffin trying to get open.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irvin has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
Bucks leading by 5. Teague surveying the D. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Griffin trying to get open. That one drops for him. Dinwiddie's got his second basket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Pass to Connaughton, wide open. Tips it, and Antetokounmpo on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bucks.
Excellent awareness of where to be on the offensive boards. He did it with great positioning.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Bucks on top, up 7. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Donte DiVincenzo. And it's Forbes in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. DiVincenzo against Irving. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. Here is Forbes. Dinwiddie covering. And he gets the bucket. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Boy, nice job that time, guys, from Forbes. Spotting the wide open man and dropping the dime.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And the Bucks with some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Antetokounmpo comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Drew Holiday in for Bryn Forbes. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Durant comes in for Green. Joe Harris is checked in for Bruce Brown. And James Harden has subbed in for Dinwiddie. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game. Fellas?
In the corner, Irving with it. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Really amazing. Absolutely astonishing how accomplished Antetokounmpo is on defense. I mean, he's disruptive wherever he is on the floor defensively.
KD drives in. He can't get that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Holiday against Harden. And Holiday kicks to Antetokounmpo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has said he doesn't want people calling him the MVP because he doesn't want to relax. He said he fears failure, so he has got to get better.
Good on the second free throw. Well, Greg, there's been some debate. What do you think? Is Giannis the best player right now in the world?
I tell you what, if there's a conversation, he has to be in it. You know, some people might go with Kawhi, Kevin Durant. He's coming back. LeBron James is there as well, but Giannis is probably the guy to lead that conversation.
Holiday, the pass to Giannis. The rebound by the Nets. Right side, Irving. The three from Harden. Can they get it? Irving dishes to Jordan. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo, and out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. And the Bucks making a change here. Middleton's checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Here's Griffin, and it's sent back by Lopez.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
It's good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Boy, the timing of Griffin really superb in these situations. He has a great sense for when to leave the floor on these alley-oop jams.
We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Clock at 6.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
The kick out to Irving. Tries from 7. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
On the wing, Holiday, guarded by Harden. Harden against Holiday. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Kicks it down to Middleton. From deep, Blake Griffin pulls it in. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Bucks.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Drew Holiday.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And the Bucks with possession here. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it. They've done it.
Harden against Holiday. Irving drives in. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Soaring high above the Willamette River. And nothing.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Durant, Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Harris, and it's Jordan in at the 5, down low. And for Portland, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the small forward position.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Here's Irving. Nurkic with the block. Harden against McCollum. Here's Lillard. Back to McCollum. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And both these teams rely on low post offense, Doris, in a size-on-size matchup. What can make the difference?
Well, smart passing is one of the keys, Kevin. You have to be able to enter the ball into the low post in a way that puts that big in a position to score it. The ball's got to be moving. Can you get it side to side and get the ball inside at the appropriate time?
And here are the Trailblazers now, following the bucket by the Nets. Lillard, right side, and Lillard throws it down.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Now here's Durant. Harris dishes to Jordan. Out to KD. And KD throws it down.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
And the foul on Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And a deep three from Lillard. Brooklyn with the rebound. It's Harden with the drive. Covington with the steal. Now here's McCollum. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
Durant against Covington. Outside, KD. In the corner, it's Harris. There's the 3. And Jones pulls it down. For Portland, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's foul number 2 for him. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. The shot, no good. Irving attacking. The shot's good.
The handles, the burst, almost impossible to stay in front of Kyrie on the drive.
Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Back to Anthony. Lillard scanning the floor. Portland, no good that time either.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Green, no luck. Portland's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. McCollum, no good.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Irving against Lillard. And that one's good, Irving.
Boy, terrific read. Kyrie Irving understands what the defense is giving him and takes advantage.
Lillard outside. Floats it up there for Nurkic. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Now here's Harden. No points in the game yet for him. The shot's good from Irving. Trailblazers trail by 3. Lillard finds Nurkic. Back to Lillard. From deep three-point range, the rebound by KD.
And he's really trying to get them back into it, but the results just have not been there.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Monday Hollis Jefferson comes in for Jones. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Then for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Green. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And Cantor throws it down.
Boy, Cantor is a big-time target. Sometimes just throw it toward the rim. He'll take care of the rest.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. The Trailblazers shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Passes to Simons. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's about court awareness. Hollis Jefferson playing very well within the confines of this offense.
On the wing, Brown. Left side, Harris. And a wide open look for Jordan. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Trailblazers lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
So for Brooklyn now, we've got Jordan. Brown out there with Joe Harris. Oh! That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
Nice.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen.
Some power coming from the PG.
That's right, GA. Seeing more and more of that these days. Backcourt guys who can elevate.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Brown. Left side, Jordan. Stolen by Cantor. Simons, the pass to Cantor. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Another shot, an intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Zach Collins. And Norman Powell subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Green's checked in. Now here's Dinwiddie. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Harris inside, covered by Anthony. Here's Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, this is the court awareness that Joe Harris gives you. He is so skilled at realizing how to give his teammates an open look.
And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Simons, the pass to Powell. Kicks it to Cantor. And that one is good.
Well, that's the catch-and-shoot ability of Enes Kanter. Always gets himself squared.
The Nets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Pass to Brown. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Greg, is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Cantor. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Jones against Irving. There's the pass to Durant. Green breaking loose. KD's shot is off. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. And Portland turns it over again.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Nurkic checked in for Portland. And the Nets also making a change. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brown. Now, here is Harden. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And Nicholas Claxton gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Robert Covington comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And McCollum subbed in for Powell.
Boy, now you have to think about pulling him. 3 fouls already in this half. A 4th would be inexcusable.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this. And the first one at the line is good.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Norman Powell's checked in for Derek Jones. Here's Claxton. Back to Harden. A second chance effort. And the wide open shot from Green. No good from outside. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up to the Portland Trailblazers. No coverage that time. Lillard's got the lead up to 5 now for Portland. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Durant in the corner. And again, it's the Nets missing. For Portland, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Nurkic, the rebound by Harden. Harden's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's KD, and finished off by KD.
Absolutely no mercy right now from Kevin Durant in transition. Those long strides, that's an easy bucket.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to... The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Durant for 3, and Durant can't get that one to fall. Trailblazers leading by 5. The 3 from McCollum, but they'll get another chance. That one's not going to go. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Harden kicks to Durant from outside the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Covington. Following the miss by C.J. McCollum. Shot clock at 5. Kicks it out to Lillard. Jones from outside. Rebounded by the Nets. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter.
Boy, you cannot let Kevin Durant have that much room to take off. This guy is tremendous as an alley-oop finisher.
Lillard way outside from beyond the arc and then some. Lillard's got 10 points in the game.
Once he crosses half court, you need to stay awake because he can drop it from deep.
Back to Irving. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Collins. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Irving against McCollum. Dinwiddie dishes to Irving. A floater. It doesn't go for him. Now Portland takes it the other way.
And then they continue to control the glass.
McCollum, no good.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GM.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Here's Simons following the bucket by the Nets. And the dunk by Covington.
Well, just incredible anticipation and hops by Robert Covington.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Simons surveying the D. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Collins passes to Carmelo. Oh, good with the triple. Nets trail by 5. Irving with it. Now Anthony defending.
Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
And that one's good, Irving.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
McCollum outside. And yes, it's good. McCollum's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Irving kicks to Brown. To the middle. He's looking for Jordan and finds him. Irving with a clean look. Kept alive. Outside for KD. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. We have got to see that sensational mobile one block again.
And he's all over that shot. Has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Lillard from deep three-point land, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And we've reached the end of the third. Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Harden. Green is out there with Harris, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. following the bucket by the Nets.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Here's Harris, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
Well, you can't bail Joe Harris out. That pump fake, you've got to stay down on it.
So for the Trailblazers, Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington, and it's Powell in for McCollum. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. Harden against Lillard. Anthony dishes to Lillard. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists now in this one.
What strength from Lillard, just not allowing the defense to have the last word.
Now, here is Harden. Basket, good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Harden against Lillard. Floats it up there for Nurkic.
And, you know, often we think of Dame as a scorer first, but they're reminding us of his great ability to pass the rock.
Harden kicks to Irving. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Jones. Back to Lillard. Dishes it to Nurkic. Kicks it out to Lillard. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Now, here is Irving. After the miss from Damian Lillard. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Kyrie Irving.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
To take the lead. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Boy, that's Kyrie right there. He draws so much defensive attention. Guys want to be physical with him, but this guy able to take contact so well for his size.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers. McCollum comes in for Jones. And a change for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Now here's Lillard. And that one clearly a foul. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kyrie Irving.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Cantor's checked in. It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
That one goes in, and the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And his Cantor so aggressive and assertive, big-time play.
Harden against Lillard. And here's KD for three. Powell pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Brown's got the ball. Lobbed up there for KD. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
McCollum outside. Here is Lillard. Shot clock at 6. He gets it in there.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Lillard against Harden. Outside Durant, beyond the arc. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Lillard from outside. No good on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. Luwawu, the pass to Durant.
Good! And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Lillard way outside. Right between the eyes.
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
Outside Durant, the tray. Count it!
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
Here's Lillard. For the win. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Harden in at the 1. And for the Clippers, they got Jackson. Baca is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. Now here's Jackson.
Come get it, come get it.
The shot from the low post is good. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
You go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships. That tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series. Finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference. Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
KD looking around. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. About a minute played so far here in the first. Jackson with it. The pass to Leonard. Now here's Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Irving finds Durant. Back to Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 5.
Blinding speed there shown by Kyrie Irving on the boost, and when he puts it on the floor like that, he's getting all the way to the rim.
George passes to Leonard. And here is Zubac, guarded by Jordan. Here's Leonard, and that one drops for him.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Jordan. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Durant with a wide open look. Off target from outside. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now here's Durant. Here's Harden, and Harden with the stuff.
Of course, Kevin Durant, one of the game's greatest scorers of all time, but his ability within this offense to make plays, elevating the team.
Here's George. Pass to Leonard. Zubac trying to break loose. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by George.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Obs it up for Jordan. That shot off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Los Angeles shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
Pound kicks to Dinwiddie. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Dinwiddie against Batum. Dinwiddie passes to Claxton. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Morris, the shake. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Dinwiddie drives in. Trying to find Green. He's got it now.
And that is a shot that Green knocks down consistently. The defense has to try harder to contest him from there.
And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Pass to Morris. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Nets making a change here. Durant's checked in.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
Here's Durant. And the basket is good.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here's Beverly. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team is pumped up.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Yeah, they were going right at the opponent here and forcing their hand. I mean, like literally making them foul them.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Kennard. Batum is out there with Ibaka. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Mann in at the 3. Here's Green after the Clippers pick up 2. And the layup's good off the glass.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. And here's Beverly. 6 to shoot. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Passes it to Durant. Drops in the tray. KD's got 5 points so far. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. It's the Nets now. The Clippers getting the bucket. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 4-point game. Kicks to Batum. In the corner, it's Morris. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Can't hit from in close.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's Kate. Oh, the power on that threw down.
Unreal. Yeah, could you add that one to Durant's ongoing highlight reel? Thank you very much.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by, Beverly dishes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
I just feel like Patrick Beverly has incredible awareness for every second that he plays on the floor. Spots the wide open man, gets it to him.
Here's Claxton. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in this second quarter of play. Now Beverly. He kicks it to Cousins. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Beverly's got 6.
And Patrick Beverly sneaking in right there, always looking for ways that he can help support the team.
Brown the pass to Dinwiddie. Brown drives in. Here's Claxton. That one, no good. Nice D from Cousins. Los Angeles leading by 4. And there's the pass to Beverly. There's 48 seconds left to play here in the half. Pass to Morris. And it's blocked. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kyrie Irving comes in for Bruce Brown. And it's Harden in for Dinwiddie. Now, here is Harden. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside. Harden's got his second bucket.
Now just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kevin Durant. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's KD. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, and you think about how Kawhi Leonard is able to dominate from the wing position at both ends. It has. That's all for now.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant is up, and here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here is Harden following the score by Reggie Jackson. For 3, Harris. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And while his ability to score
gets so much attention. Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
Now here's Jackson. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Pass to Irving. Harden scanning the floor. And Harden with the stuff.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
Jackson dishes to George. And George with the stuff.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now here's Harden. He's got 7. In the corner, Irving with it. On the wing, Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. that wouldn't. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly. From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Right side, Kevin Durant. Back to Harden. And he goes right over Serge Ibaka and slams it down.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
Rondo looking over the floor. Pass to Leonard. Crafty move. And the layup is up and in. Leonard's got 12 in the game.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
In the corner, Irving with it. KD on the wing. And then Durant with the jam.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Harden against Rondo. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Nets, Green is checked in for Durant. And it's Bruce Brown in for James Harden. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Irving kicks to Brown. Harris outside. Brown inside, defended by George. Back to Brown. Harris finds Irving, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Clippers in the lead. Jackson with it. Leonard on the wing. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Just a level of power and explosiveness. Leonard just tenacious at the rim.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. 27 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Their offense has been great here.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Now, here's George. He's got 10. The three. That shot, no good. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Clippers ahead, up 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Ivica Zubac. Jackson is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Ibaka in at the 4 slot. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time.
It's stolen by Ibaka. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. That's a 2 from Kennard. Brooklyn with the rebound. 3 on 3. For 3, Harris. Doesn't go that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Leonard the pass to Kennard. Count it. Kennard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Down low.
Picture perfect roll. Cutting the defense to pieces with the quickness was DeAndre Jordan.
And Los Angeles, guys, shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. Now here's Jackson. The pass to Ibaka. That's a 2 from Kennard. Jordan with the rebound. Nets trail by 6. Bobbed up there for Green. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And the Clippers call time here. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Serge Ibaka. George is checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group in for the Nets. Griffin's checked in for Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Jeff Green. Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Kennard for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Kennard's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
Outside Durant, this one for 3. Offensive rebound. But they get it back to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Stolen by Harden. Paul George with the steal. Kennard on the wing. Back to George. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Pass to Cousins. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Stolen by George. Pass to Beverley. George against Harden. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Ibaka comes in for Marcus Morris. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverley. And then for Brooklyn, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Griffin. Harris comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. So the first one drops, and that'll push the lead to double digits.
You think about how quickly it was that Kawhi Leonard just rocketed into superstardom. And as a leader of a very proud franchise, if you're a coach, he's everything you'd maybe want in a player.
Now, here is Harden, and Brooklyn with another turnover here.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Clippers.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
You can't look back at too many major moments in this game and not see his imprint put all over it.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And I think they realize any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Takes a three, and he's good on the three ball.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. And
all right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
Thank you.